Good morning. How is everybody? What's going on? I am doing things a little different this morning. I'm trying to find... Oh, I don't have it on there. Oh, there it is. Just my little like and sub. What I want to do, I put the reference photo up in the upper left-hand corner, or right hand. I'm sorry, forgive me. This is a reference photo that a friend took that she took in her backyard, of all places, and she's given me permission to use it. She's an amazing gardener. I'm in Kansas, just so you know, and she has this in her backyard. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through and I'm just kind of very loosely putting in my really darks. And there's a frog here and a frog here, and I'm not worrying about putting in really tight details at the moment. I'm just going to keep it really loose. This is a burnt umber. I'm using it with a little bit of mineral spirits. And this canvas, I think, is a 12 by 16, 9 by 4, 11 by 14, 3. Yeah, I think it's 11 by 14. Anyway, what I'm doing is just laying out where I want things. And this is a brush that I have broken the ferrule on, so I don't mind scrubbing it into the canvas. I did put an extra layer of gesso on this canvas too. In fact, I did that the other day on camera. What I'm trying to do, I didn't think there were any flowers on here, but there's one peeking out right up here. I don't know if I'm going to get that in or not because it's pretty pretty small. He's hiding up there. And there's a lot of green. I'm not real big on a lot of green, just green. So in order to make that work, I went and pulled out some books. I want it to be bright, I want it to be warm, but I don't want it to be like a big green flag. Like when you look at that photo, the first thing you see, the photo up here, is just green. And then you're looking for the frogs, seeing where they are. What's this? You see the water. And then you kind of start figuring out what it is you're looking at. So what I did was I went and grabbed, let me get this one too. Heavy. I went and grabbed some Monet books. And see how this one is green, but he's toned down the green with some blues and some lavenders. If you get really close in here, there's a little bit of red. Same thing up there. He's kind of toned it down. You can see the reflection. We don't see much of a reflection in the water on this one. Where is it? There it is on that one. But like this dark area here, how he handled the water. He's got more pastel-y looking. And these are lily pads. These are, so is this one. He's got it reflecting more of the sky. There's some more. There's some more. See, this is more probably what I want. But I'm still going to have those big green lily pads. Okay, so I went and searched up some Monets to give myself some guidance on color. But I wish I could see the flowers better on the reference photo. I guess I could always put some in there, but But that's what we're dealing with. I hope I didn't get paint on the back of this. Nope. So I've got these sitting on my left. Oh, I just dropped my paintbrush case. Some paintbrushes went everywhere. It'll have to wait. So I pulled out some paints before I turned on the camera. Over here, I've just got ultramarine, cad yellow. I think this is a Verinian. I don't see the tube, or I would... Viridian. There's some sap green. It was a smaller tube. Where'd you go? There's Corbett green. I might need that. Yeah, this is the green that I put on there. Viridian. It's a Holbein. And then there's a Williamsburg Corbett green. I might put some of that on the... Ugh. I'm really being healthy with these paints because I want this painting to be very painterly. I probably ought to leave that out. I didn't put a lot of reds on here, and I needed to, but I wasn't sure what ones. I can see the reddish in the lily pads now along the edges. There's like a touch of reddish orange. The same thing here. But I'm going to, well, I needed that on my other hand for one thing. I started putting it on my left. I need it on my right, because that's the hand that always gets messy. So I'm getting a mental image of what I want this to be. I want it to be looser. I've been working in a way that I am not really happy with looking back. So I'm going to be doing this very loose, I'm gonna mute myself for a lot of it. The paint brands that I've got here are a variety. Like here's a Grumbacher, there's a Utrecht, there's a Liquitex. Like I said, there's a Holbein, and then there's a Williamsburg. I have a plethora of brands. It depends on what is available when I go to look for a tube. I always tell people I'm in a very rural area, so, and I've collected tubes over the years from trips or inherited. So I've got a wide variety. I'm just folding up these towels so that I have. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to put them in the comments, and I will get to them. But for the most part, I want to be painting. I've got a piece of paper here, over here, that I can write things down if something comes up, so that sometimes chat gets going pretty quick, and this paper will ensure that I get the questions if there are any. Let's see. I'm going to be doing this for, I'm starting this at 11, probably 3 or 4. I want to be happy with this canvas, so I may go tomorrow morning to finish it up. We'll see. I'm trying to hit a big milestone this month of having 4,000 hours. I'm very, very, very that close. I need 400 more, and I need 4,000. So I am really pushing for people to watch these. And that's another reason I'm going very long today, aside from the fact that I just want my art to be better, which is a big one. So I'll be playing music. I'm gonna mix these greens. Let me get that lily pad off of there so you can see what I'm looking at. Where is it? Where is the reference image? Boop. I'm using, there's going to be a lot of just intuitive mixing. If you have any questions about that, about what I'm, ooh, my pen just flew in the air, about what I'm mixing together, or why I'm doing whatever, just pop it in the chat. Hey Pierre, how are you? I'm doing something different today. So I want this to be really loose. I don't like the one I did, what is today? Wednesday? That I did Monday. I'm not really that pleased with. It looks, I could have done a lot better with it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be playing music a lot. And if anybody comes in with a question, and I'm not doing this very detailed, I'm just doing it so I know where things are. I showed a picture of, I'm doing really well. You know, I feel like painting, and for me that is always a good day. I want to get this I got that little frog a little too, I can't remember if I had the, oop, I just heard the ferrule on that snap. Nope, it's still together. I don't know if you were here when I said, but the photo, the reference photo is this. And I got it from a friend. She just lives down the street a couple of blocks. But she took that in her backyard. She's an amazing gardener. And I don't mean that lightly. She is, yeah. So, get in there. So she has said that I can use any of her photos that she takes. She wants to see what I can do with them. So I'm just laying this in here real willy-nilly, getting it close. We had really bad thunderstorms last night. Poncho was hiding. I put out, did I not clean that? My brush is really, man, look at that. I may not have even cleaned that. That looks terrible. That one's stiff too. Man, I did a crappy job if I clean these. Anyway, paint work. I don't want this to be just a big thing of just green. So I pulled out a couple of pictures from, hi Laura, how are you? So I pulled out a picture or two from Monet to kind of see how he played with the color. And I have them setting to my left. And these colors are more like what I'm thinking. I can see like the reddish along here. I don't want it to, oh, I need some dioxazine purple. Where are you? French gray, burnt umber, you're not helping me. What did I do with it? It has to be here somewhere. Because I've been using dioxazine purple. Let's see, green, red, brown, burnt sienna. Do I not have a tube out? Well, what is wrong with me? Okay, I'm gonna have to grab one real quick over here. If you'll excuse me, I'm in the same room. I'm just. What was I thinking? I don't have a dioxazine purple out. That is almost un-American. There's a light picture. That is terrible. I think I'm gonna have to run into the other room. Being the professional that I am. Ow. Excuse me, Pancho. Excuse me, pardon me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Sorry, folks. I found it. Ah, the sky is parted. The angels sang. I do have this tube. It's a ultramarine pink. Probably won't use it, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna put a little. Man, it's really hard. I think I'm gonna have to use my squeezer on that because that's. I think that's dried up in the tube. That's not good. Williamsburg is not cheap. Some of this Winton. Ugh. Sorry, I intended on having this all done before I. We're trying some monochromatic underpaintings. Oh, awesome. I really want to do some. See, I should do this in like bright pink or something instead of. I put out quite a bit there in that little. How much I usually use. I don't know how I wound up with nothing in here. I'm starting to mix up a pale green. I'm going to need that. I want to just get started. You love the burnt umber? I love the reference. I'm actually working on some lily pads myself, but got way lost in it and put it aside. Maybe I can pick it back up after watching. Oh, good. Laura, things are okay. Actually, at home for a moment, doing laundry. I have to go do a Target pickup for Mom, and then back over there. I feel like I'm busy and yet getting nothing done. Love the lily pads. I do too. It's my friend that took them is her husband. She's a retired art teacher, and her husband is a retired history teacher. That's a really flat green, isn't it? And they're very, very involved in politics in their retirement. He said that was what he wanted to do when he retired. That's kind of a nice muted green. It's not real in your face kind of green. I like that. That'd be a nice foundation. And that was, I think, Viridian. No? Corbett green, maybe. I'm just going to start laying things in there. I'm using this number 7 Transin flat, about a 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to start laying some of this in here. I want this to be very, not really impressionistic, but I don't want it, yeah, I don't want to be using a little brush and trying to get the details of the frogs in, but that way, you know, 6 hours later, which has happened here lately. So this is either going to go really fast, or I'm going to be repainting it 100 times. I don't like this palette knife either. I should have got the other one. It's more pliable, the other one is, and I can clean it off on my palette easier. If you've never used dioxazine purple, a little goes a long way. It's kind of like phthalo blue. It just goes everywhere. Oh, I love that. I love that. The greens playing against the purples. Oh. Yeah, I'm having a geek out over here. I'm using these straight from the tube too. I'm not, well, until now, I just mixed in a little bit because it's getting kind of I didn't need quite that much. This is when I wish I had like 4 or 5 brushes of this size. Can I be discreet? How long you've been? Oh, since I was a kid. I have an older sister who originally went to college for art, and she always had stuff, watercolors, acrylics, whatever. And I remember her coming home from college and saying, "This is how you mix your colors. This is how you." But yeah, we always did stuff at our house. I don't remember the exact age when I picked up a paintbrush, because I started out doing mainly pastels. because that was what was available at the area store. You could get these inexpensive boxes of cheap pastels. Now when I look at them, I can't believe I was able to use them. But that's what I had available, so that's just what I used. And I've quit painting from time to time. I quit and well, I quit for a couple of years. And really just got back into it the last year or two. Okay, thanks, Laura. I did all my laundry yesterday, so it must be laundry. You know, laundry's in the air. But I caught all mine up too. So I'm glad I did, because now I don't have to worry about it today. But I did go to college, and painting was one of my areas. My graduate degree is in broad-based art, so I did painting, printmaking, and drawing. But it was a very postmodern to see what I'm looking at here. Very postmodern type of environment. So I was doing these really big, expressive, yeah. In fact, somebody said, because we had some damage at a gallery that I volunteer at, and one of my old ones was in there, and they sent me a picture of it against a back wall. Not so much as to say your work is fine, as it was to say, look what I found. But yeah, it was, they used to use my old work at the gallery. They put one at each end to kind of anchor the room, and then put all the smaller ones on the sides. Because I mean, they were big. I don't know how I traveled to and from school with them, because I commuted. I didn't have a very big car at that time. I like that. It looks, you can see the sun, but yet it, yeah. You can see the sun, do-do-do-do, and I say, It's alright. Yeah, so my work was very different back then. Big ones. I think part of the reason I was doing such large ones too for so long is I had a much bigger studio, and it was like an apartment above our garage, and I could basically just do whatever size I wanted. And here it's more, it's not that way. We're in a smaller house. Oops, I need to go over there. Smaller house, smaller room. And I think that has affected things, but I don't mind doing smaller work. In many ways, I prefer it. I think most people these days too are not going for the McMansions as much. And so they need smaller works in their homes, in my opinion. I really like the way those colors are playing against each other. I didn't mix up enough of this green. I have one on my easel, and I've mentioned it numerous times because I really want to get back to it. And it's one of the larger ones I've done, and I think it's only like 24 by 36. Only, but I almost painted on it today instead of doing this. But I still need to figure out filming setup. That's some lovely green there. I hate wasting that paint. My husband is off today, and he is at a doctor's appointment. So if he suddenly comes in, I'm just gonna I may have to step away for just a moment if he does. I think he's going to stop and get us lunch and all. I'm going to have to yellow these up. If you watch Nick Nimmin, he's doing channel reviews right now, if you've got a YouTube channel. That looks a lot more messy up there than this does. I think that might need to even just come off. Oh, Joe's barking. Yeah, see, I'm kind of the same way. I don't like to have a lot of stuff. My husband's more of a maximist than I am. I go through my books every so often and thin them out. Art books is one thing that's my weakness. And I got rid of a lot of them several years ago when I was like downsizing. And now I'm slowly starting to get them back. It must be the mailman or something. Ooh, that looks cool. Sorry. I love that this corner down here. If it is my husband, he's going to need some help. So excuse me just a second. I'll be right back. I'll put this on your desk. Sit down. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, I like the colors. Brought me a drink. I try to limit pop And but whenever he goes to the gas station down the street, he'll pick me up a Mountain Dew with some cherry in it. Gotta go drive home. Okay. I will be here. I will be here with the bells on. Man, I just had a major deja vu. Hey, Horizon, what are you up to today? What's going on? All the cool people are here. Need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the water. What? Mr. Poncho is getting impatient. Hubby got me a new arm thingy for camera for my phone. Just catching up on messages. Very cool. So that I can set up a second area for oil pastel, so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. Yeah, just throw it off. I like how that purple and green makes a nice brown, but it's a little too brown. It's too yellow. It's got a purple slight underneath here. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and put in some of the subtle things I can't do with this. Hubby brought lunch too, but I'm going to keep painting for right now. I don't like that shadow. Cool shadow. That's working well for the shadows. I think I'm gonna have to do Mr. Frog's with probably a 1/4 inch brush. This is a really rough edge. I'm going to take that sub off there because you can't see where I'm working. Can't decide. I'm going to try some ultramarine blue for some of the water. Even though it's got a green cast to it, it's not blue. My artistic license, right? This is that purple. You're not seeing things, even though I just said I was going to use blue. I'm bad about always checking my messages. I waste a lot of time. Bless you. Poncho sneezed. Mr. Froggy goes in there. Hey, Horizon. I'm doing really well. How about yourself? Oh, you said you were doing well. I am painting Mr. Frog here. That goes up, actually, and that goes down. There is no... Ooh. Sorry. See those little dabbles up there? I didn't see them on my... And that looks cool. I am still trying to reach 4,000 hours. Oh, I didn't put down my stats. I'll have to do that during break or something. I keep a spreadsheet that helps me track my numbers. this morning. I just went straight to painting. Well, after I watched a little bit of Nick Nimmin. It's interesting seeing him do channel reviews, which is what he's doing today, because you always learn so much from seeing how other people, and he has like a drawing. It depends on which one I look at. If I look at the one that is the official, which is like a few days old, because they take a while to process well, you probably know all that. But one says like 550 and one says 400. So if I get right in there, I'll be happy. Like for June, I think the last time I looked I had 50 hours. As of last night. If you knew the problems I've had with greens in the past, you would be so impressed. Seriously, I'm awful. I have painted some really awful things. So I'm really happy with how this is going. See, I think I am a little bit. I never want to admit it publicly. So let's just say it on the internet. But yeah, I have problems with blues and greens. Also, which makes it interesting to do landscapes and things. That was, I think, looking at the Monet before I started helped. Because it gave me a touch base. I probably ought to go check on hubby. Like I said, he just came from the doctor's. That looks so cool so far, if I do say so myself. Let's see. Need to raise my camera. Didn't realize that much of it was missing at the bottom. Thank you for the drink, honey. I might later. Do you want me to stop and... Really? I know what you mean. That's funny. A smart aleck in chat said, "You're welcome anytime, but you don't have to call me honey." Oh, I think I picked that up from my parents. It was always weird to hear my... only one. It helped to get him out from underneath the bed. He did eat too. Sorry if that's kind of loud. No. Pancho's been like hiding underneath the bed. We have like a blanket back there for him because he goes under there. He gets under there and then he'll, if it's after a night that's been thundering, he'll just sit there and whine and won't come out the next day. I think I was saying something and I forgot totally what it was. Oh, having that monitor to see what you all see really helps. Because I see this is too flat. Pancho got a treat. Shh. He came running in here with it. Oh, I know what I was saying. I think I picked that up from my parents. It was weird to hear my mother call my dad by his first name, which she'd do when they were out in public. And she needed to get his attention. I bet I heard it like a handful of times my entire life. This is not cool, the colors. I'm geeking out. This is just an ultramarine blue there. That might work for in the water. I don't like this shape. That's another one that's going to probably have to be touched up with, you know what, I meant to just pick up yellow. I got distracted. Be touched up with a smaller paintbrush. That's too square. I think my rag's about had it. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do with this water, because it's not, it's too shallow and it doesn't reflect the sky. Hey, honey. Oh, he went to the other room. I was going to tell him that I was going to come in there, maybe take a break. As soon as I get this main sections laid down. So he brought me a sandwich, and I'd like to hear how the doctor's appointment went. I just really like these colors. This doesn't make sense though. What am I doing here? Oh, that's over that. Okay. telling you, that monitor is making a world of difference. Sorry, it got really quiet. I'm deep in thought. Maybe I should turn up the music. Ooh, that's yellow. They called it mellow yellow. Usually at this point I am not putting much walnut oil in it, but I am this time, just to help it kind of flow, because I want it to be very loose and whatnot. I know there's a lot left to do. I kind of like it. Some of what he did on the shallow parts, and it looks like he used a lot of like purple and yellow, and it gave it a brownish tone from a distance. Oops, that's not purple. I'm running out of room on my palette. I did not order that palette, by the way. I need to. I'm just layering this in, then I'm going to go back over it. I know that's pretty bright. Oops! Completely overlooked the edge of that. I think I need to put gloves on my other hand. I'm going to add some yellow into there. It's going to counteract. I'm looking for my glove. There we go. So what are you all working on? Anybody working on anything interesting? I know Laura's doing laundry. Being over there. I meant my walnut oil. So I'd have to drag it across the canvas, and then that runs the risk of dripping it. I have not really blocked in the frogs very well. It's partially intentional because I can see me very easily getting caught up in details. Okay, I wonder if I used a yellow ochre instead of a what's that gonna do? I think I used a little bit too much walnut oil, but I'm gonna make it work. Whoops. Honey, are you eating right now? No? It's just I can take a break. It's that's kind of interesting. Kind of like that. Makes it look kind of murky. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that for right now. Oops, what's that? Come here. Come here. This over here is really confusing. Think on it never. Almost makes it look like there's a reflection there. Oh, there it is. It's from my light. I bet this will look cool when it's varnished. Bring out these high contrast areas. I'm gonna block in my Mr. Frogs. That looks awful plain colored, doesn't it? How can I jazz them up so they work in with the rest of it? Maybe some orange. I think that was probably sufficiently blocked in. I think once I get this frog adequately blocked in, I am going to go and take a break and catch up with hubby, see if he learned anything. That I should be aware of. I think that's a good start. Okay. I am going to turn up the music and take probably a good 15-20 minute break. Yeah, I like the colors. It still needs some tweaking. I need to figure out the best way to handle the frogs so that they're not dull and just kind of laying there in comparison to the rest of it.